In the heart of Lagos, there was once a man named Tunde, whose smile could light up a whole street. He worked in a small phone repair shop, always joking with the kids who passed by, always helping old women fix their radios for free. People said his joy was contagious, that even the air around him felt lighter. But one morning, Tunde stopped smiling. No one knew why. He came to work silent, eyes heavy, face pale like the dawn after a storm. He repaired phones without saying a word. He refused food, refused laughter, refused himself. The neighborhood grew uneasy. Kids whispered, did something happen to Tunde? Old Mama Busy, who sold oranges outside his shop, said she saw him staring into a broken mirror that day, a cracked piece of glass that reflected his face into fragments. Since then, he hadn't looked at anyone the same way again. You see, sometimes, when people stop smiling, it isn't because they're angry, it's because they've seen something inside themselves they can't unsee. And Tunde had seen his own truth. The night before his silence began, Tunde was scrolling through his phone, through pictures, through posts, through strangers' perfect lives. He saw wealth, luxury, shining cars, and perfect families. And then he looked around his one-room apartment, peeling paint, leaking ceiling, the same sandals by the door. That night, he whispered to himself, I'm nothing. He didn't know that comparison is a thief that steals joy quietly, without breaking the lock. He stopped eating. He stopped calling his mother. He stopped greeting the neighbors. And when people asked him what was wrong, he just smiled faintly and said, I'm fine. But he wasn't. Because no man who lies to his soul can ever be fine. Weeks passed. One day, a small boy named Kolechi, no older than 10, came to Tunde's shop holding a broken mirror. Uncle, can you fix this? He asked. Tunde frowned. It's just a mirror, boy. Buy another. But the child shook his head. This mirror is special. It was my mother's. She said it shows who you really are, not what you want to be. Tunde stared at the boy, confused. Something in the child's eyes reminded him of himself before life became heavy. Out of habit, he took the mirror, sat down, and began to repair it using leftover glass from old phone screens. Piece by piece, he joined the cracks, his reflection slowly reappearing, broken but whole again. As he worked, the boy sat silently, watching him. When the mirror was almost fixed, Tunde noticed something strange. The reflection didn't just show his face, it showed his life. He saw himself laughing years ago, when his shop first opened. He saw the day he helped a stranger without expecting payment. He saw his mother's proud eyes when he repaired her old radio. But then, the mirror grew darker. He saw his envy. He saw himself scrolling endlessly, judging his own life against others. He saw the moment his soul cracked, just like the mirror in his hands. Tunde dropped the mirror. His heart raced. The boy looked up. Did you see it too, uncle? Tunde whispered, yes. I saw me. The boy smiled, picked up the mirror, and said softly, Mama said the mirror breaks when you forget who you are. But if you fix it, maybe you can fix yourself too. Then he walked away, leaving Tunde trembling in silence. That night, Tunde sat in the darkness of his room, staring at the repaired mirror. He saw his reflection, tired, hollow, older. But this time, he didn't look away. He stared until tears fell down his cheeks. For the first time in months, he spoke to himself. I am enough, he whispered. Even if no one claps for me, I am enough. The next morning, the neighborhood woke up to music again. Tunde was sweeping outside his shop, singing a local tune. When Mama Busy asked what happened, he just smiled and said, the mirror told me the truth. As the days went by, people noticed something different about Tunde. He didn't care if someone had a better phone shop, a better car, or a bigger house. He didn't chase after what others posted online. He laughed at small things again, a child's joke, a sudden rain, the smell of fried plantain drifting through the street. One evening, a customer came in and said, Tunde, you fixed my phone last week. But now, I think you fixed more than that. Your smile, it's medicine. Tunde laughed and replied, I didn't fix your phone, my brother. I just fixed my mirror. Later that night, he hung that same mirror in his shop, cracks and all. Every time someone came in feeling sad, he told them, look here. What do you see? Most people saw their reflection and said, just me. But Tunde would shake his head and say, no, not just you. You're seeing the only person you need to make peace with. The mirror of truth became famous in the neighborhood. People said it had magic. But it wasn't magic. It was just honesty, something most people forget to face. And so, the man who once stopped smiling became a teacher without trying. His lesson spread, that in a world full of comparisons, the bravest thing you can do is love your own reflection. The truth, he learned, isn't always beautiful, but it will set you free.